Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Dom Sicali's Mafia Roundtable. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see if we get this back a little bit. Ooh, too close. Let's go back. Here, we'll push this back. We'll be good to go. Hope everybody's having a great day. Looking forward to going at it with this show today. We have a lot to talk about, that's for sure. I've been extremely busy. Just got back this morning. Went to, not going to disclose where I was for the past few days, but it was definitely out of state. And we're just gearing up, trying to put things in place. So I'll leave it at that. Let's start off with Raphael, Kathleen, good to see you. Scully, Anthony, Michael, Dennis, Cynthia, as always. Step, good to see you. Susan. Hey, John, happy birthday. John Haas, happy birthday, and many more. Wish you the very best. Raphael. Who else do we have here? Golf, Brian, Dan, Shar, Donna. What's that? Larson. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. So, we're going to clarify a lot of different things today. Definitely, without a doubt. Especially with this college scandal, the professional basketball scandal. And you know what, folks? And I hate to say it. Everything with this government, it's what happens is when mafia is involved, when they hear mafia, then indictments go flying around. We have a lot of stuff, and I hope Chris Como will do a show with me on this because it's major, with fraud on the insurance level, with dispensing billions on an annual basis. But government tends to not care about it. Reason being, there's no Italians involved. If it was mafia, if it was somebody in the mafia like Tommy Farice, and I use him as an example because of his name with the TRICARE, with medical fraud, $100 million. Not much in this business, not much. But if he was involved in these other guys who had their indictment dismissed, it would be a different story. It would be a different story. It's all about headlines. They know they put mafia up, it goes. And it's discussing these prosecutors need to do their jobs, not just when it involves mafia. And it's going to get much bigger with this gaming scandal. There was 9 unindicted co-conspirators in this gambling case. And with that said, they're cooperating. And I know Gene, check out his show tonight. Gene is coming on 7:00 tonight, talking about it, him and Hootie. But Gene said there was a Gambino. I don't know if the guy's made or not, but associate, he told on one of his cases. Gave up the guy. So, and Gene's friends with the guy, and he told. So what's he doing in the case? And one thing, I did read the indictment. What I didn't like, it described everybody in Cosa Nostra. It's not La Cosa Nostra, it's Cosa Nostra. They say La for the glamour part of the mafia. It's Cosa Nostra. And basically, what I noticed, it labeled everybody like Angelo Ruggiero Jr. as a soldier in the Gambino crime family. It had people as associates in families. But funny, Ernie Aiello, I noticed it didn't say acting street boss in the Bonanno, or made member the Bonanno, or capo in the Bonanno. They didn't give him any titles. And I'm not going to put a label on him, but I was told by a lot of people on his first case with Nicky Santoro back in the day, he cried and cried and cried and cried. So I wouldn't be surprised. if he winds up cooperating. And yeah, I don't think people are looking at much time. Probably the biggest amount of time given out would be 10 years. But guys like Chauncey Billups, he'll have his day in court. But it's sad. It's sad how the mafia can manipulate people, bring them in. They get comfortable. Listen, Rayful Edmond III, those of you who don't know Rayful Edmond, he had passed away about a year ago, came home from prison, did about 33 years, cooperated. One of the biggest drug dealers in Washington, D.C. Hell of a basketball player, really good. I knew Rayful when I was in Lewisburg back in the day. And then I actually met up with him again after he cooperated. I cooperated in the WITSEC units in the federal system. So we go back to the early 90s, him and I together. And then again, we were in the middle 2000s, 2010, 2011. We spent time together incarcerated. And like I said, he was a hell of a basketball player. He was close with Alonzo Mourning. He used to give Mourning money. Just give it to him. They were friends, ball players. That I know John Thompson, the head coach of Georgetown, pulled him up and told him, please stay away from these guys. Stay away from them. You're going to, and Rayful said he did. He respected it. But Rayful was close with Alonzo Mourning. And it just happens. You have to understand, these players, I played ball. And they do. They travel a lot. They're always playing cards with each other. They might be throwing some dice. One thing leads into the next, and before they know it, they're entrenched. They're gambling. And for the NBA to be considering putting out a team, an NBA team in Las Vegas, that's the biggest mistake they could ever do. Temptation's too great out there because you have players, they're going to go into the Sin City, and after the game, they're human beings. Before the game, they might be a few days before, they're going to be gambling. If they're out drinking, I know what we would do, what we used to do, and I'm not going to mention with whom. If we had players, we knew players were in, say for the Mets, for instance, they're hanging out. We're drinking with them. We're going to take them to the strip club. We're going to party. We're going to get them drunk as a skunk to 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Now we know, bet against the Mets the next day. The star player is not going to be doing well, or the guy who's pitching, he's not going to be pitching too well. It's just, that's what we would do. And it's too big. It's too big. This is definitely going to snowball because it's not just the NBA. I'm sure it's happening in the NFL. Baseball, it's just, they just haven't gotten caught. And with people cooperating, that's how the government makes their cases. And the only thing, and I will correct this with Stephen A. Smith, when Stephen A. Smith came on and was talking about Trump pushing it, Trump has an agenda. Trump has nothing to do with this, Stephen. This is a long time investigation. It's been going on 2 years, not 1 year, 2-year investigation. They had their cooperators. They had their card games going on. Trump had nothing to do with this. And like Patel said, he's the head of the FBI. He's going to make the calls and make the shots. But just so you know, Stephen, you too, Chris should know more so because New York or Italian. When the mafia's name is tagged to anything, headlines, they'll make the most out of it like they did with this. Papers sell, as they say. Headlines, we're taking down the mafia. We're taking down the mafia. Because even though Ernie Aiello is a street boss, Ernie Aiello is a moron. Total moron. But they had, and that's what's nice. That's what the mafia was always about. This isn't the first time that they worked together. They worked together in many cases, from the concrete case to window case. Mafia always worked together. Always, even San Gennaro Feast, always worked together. 5 families, 4 families, 3 families, always working together. Even when I was out there, from strip clubs to garbage pickups, they worked. Dump sites where you could use fill. Everybody works, just like in when they were doing the golf course in Ferry Point Park in Frog's Neck in the Bronx. That was controlled by the Lucchese's. The dump site was controlled by the Lucchese's. Go there, we dump. You dump dirt and everything else. They needed to fill. So Mafia always works with each other. So for other people to say, very rarely happens, they're surprised. I'm not, because I've worked with a lot of other families, especially in this gaming, when you have card games. Just like back in the day, the Bonanos were known for the Baccarat games, massive, massive games. But you had Lucchese guys there, you had Gambino guys there, and everybody works to support. And they build up the games. Who has the Joker poker machines in the club? Guys, bring it to my club one night. And everybody gets their hands in the pot, and make money. But with the NBA, the Mafia, it's going to be much bigger. Much, much bigger. There was a group of guys that Vinny was close to. When I say Vinny Basciano, who was the acting boss of the Bonanno crime family, that was my mentor, one of my mentors in the life. Vinny went for about a year and a half. Year and a half traveling from Mississippi, Vegas, AC, all over. They got barred from Atlantic City. Private jet. And there was anywhere from 10 to 15 of them guys. Taylor Brenton was one of them. Taylor Brenton was, he was with the Shriners Elk Club, Jewish fellow. Big, huge money. Big money. Hundreds of millions of dollars the guy was worth. Family money. And Taylor was around Tony McGelly. Tony McGelly was the acting boss. Acting underboss of the Gambino crime family. But Vinny had the relationship with Taylor. Private jets all over the place. Elvis Presley suite Vinny had in Vegas, 15,000 square foot room. Vinny would tell me, he's like, Dom, when we went, this is when Bruno and Vinny took the money out of the safety deposit box, Lufthansa money. It was for the movie they were doing, Ferrantini, and to support Vinny's travels and his gambling escapade with these guys. But Vinny would tell me, Dom, there was 10, 20 million in cash just spread out on the jet. I mean, it was ridiculous. They would, come on, let's go to Mississippi. I want steak dinner at this place. And they would go. And the jet was all comped. That's how big they were gambling. And he said they wound up losing about total of about 30 million that year and a half. But and Vegas, they know what they're doing. You're not going to beat them, that's for sure. But these guys also had baseball players. They had soccer players. They had basketball players, football players that would put bets into them. And there wasn't a bet Taylor wouldn't take. And at one point, we had a sports book. Great operation, which Costa Rica was the office. We were partners with Jerry Asaro and Jack Bonventura, who was also, Jerry was a captain in the Bonanno crime family. Jack was also his acting captain. It was Vinny, myself, and then the guy Lenny Casper. Kid you not. But Lenny looked like a college kid. He had maybe anywhere from football season, 150 to 200 people coming in. Everybody had their limits. And then we had one whale. Guy would bet anywhere from $5 to $7 million. $5 to $7 million from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I'm not kidding. The most he ever won that we paid out was maybe about $1.5 million total. Most he ever lost, if Vinny didn't gamble, lost about $3 million. But it would usually offset itself. But at the end of the football season, we'd win. We always won. The year I was locked up, he was down $750,000 on our end. That was our end that Vinny had received. So total, that was actually because Lenny was getting 50% and Jackie and Jerry were splitting with us because we were laying out the money. So that totaled out to, you figure, $1.5 million, $3 million. He was down the year I got locked up. But we had access to sports players. There was a lot of players, a lot of people, and it's sad because to me they're short-sighted, or they're just that competitive. They have nothing better to do, so let's gamble, and they don't realize the ramifications behind it. And that's where the public doesn't realize, the media doesn't realize it. And it gets the hype because of the mafia. Anything tied with the mafia, boom, major headlines. Just like back in the day, the concrete case. Back in the day, the window case. Same thing, same scenarios. Major, major headlines, corruption, the mafia is involved, the mafia is involved. Yet you have these medical scams that definitely, I'm going to be reaching out to Chris Como's people. I could lay it out to them. Lay it out to them. What a disgrace. And that, with the medical scam that's going on, that I have a lot. I have the whole formulary. And it's so egregious, disgusting. It's not even funny. Do you realize that's why our insurance is so high? Our bills? Yet you have sales reps taking down anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 a month. But yet the government doesn't want to act on it. Why? Either tells me in Tampa the prosecutors are dirty, because I've never heard them throw out an indictment, but they did. Or it's civil. We're talking $1 billion. Civil. Do you realize they're fleecing the system? Yet they allow it. It's disgusting. It's totally disgusting. But we'll see. It needs to be exposed. It definitely needs to be exposed. And I have the roadmap. I have the facts on it. Because it hurts us, people like us. And it's just, it is ridiculous. But this case is definitely opening up Pandora's box. So you have Chauncey Billups and who knows how many others. And I just heard too, LeBron James, one of his closest guys, who has I think a clothing line, I want to say, is a degenerate gambler, from what I heard. So who knows? Listen, Bron's talking to him as a friend, not saying implicating LeBron, but he's talking to his boy. Yeah, I'm not feeling my knee. I'm not playing tonight, blah, blah, blah. You know that guy's putting bets in. He's a degenerate gambler. He's putting bets in. So this is definitely going to open up Pandora's box. And this is just the beginning, folks. Just the beginning, without a doubt. Craig says kickbacks is why they don't go after them. No, Craig, they don't go after them because who knows what lobbyists they pay. What lobbyists? There's some mega firms, law firms, that, they hear their name, they're politically correct, they're getting that, pay them. That's it. They fall under their blanket. But that shit has to stop nowadays. Has to stop because we're the ones that suffer with these high-ass insurance rates. Craig says, Dom, his best friend from childhood, Maverick Carter. Thank you. So it was Maverick Carter. Thanks, Craig. This could ruin Bron. Yes, it could. There's much more to that. There's much more. And I have to agree with Stephen A. Smith. Bron talked bad about Trump, and you can't blame him. Trump doesn't forgive and he doesn't forget. That's for sure. He's our president. He's the most powerful man in the world, in this world. And the stuff Bron said about him, you know what? Bron, sometimes you have to know when to shut it, zip it, and move on. But your boy Maverick Carter, could be bad. It could be bad. And people are going to save their own butts. Without a doubt. They're definitely going to save their own butts. And this is, listen, it's been boxing, horse racing, people. And I hate to say this, look at the Tyson fight, Jake Paul. Okay, look at that. Yes, it was an exhibition. We know that. Okay. If you're not telling me Tyson did not throw that fight, that means I was never in the Mafia. I was never in the Mafia. From Stephen A. Smith to Chris Como, you can't tell me Tyson did not throw that fight. You can't tell me Tyson wasn't holding back, because I saw Tyson fight a lot, a lot. Just reactions. His reaction, you see, he held back. He would have knocked Paul out quickly. Quickly. Paul was open too many times, from kidney shots to head shots, uppercuts. Tyson would have annihilated him, but he held back. So picture all the people that bet on that fight, not knowing, not realizing it's an exhibition. We're going to go at it. They hyped it up. Again, can't tell me. Nobody could tell me different looking at that tape. College basketball, another. The money is too great. It is too great. They should ban betting with all players, period. All players should not be betting whatsoever, period. It's too big. It's too big out there. From basketball to football, horse racing, boxing. It's been like this forever, folks. The money's too great. And people did say at one time, look at this kid, $20 million a year he's making. They're just short-sighted, risking everything. So they feel they're not going to get caught. What am I doing? I'm giving it to a friend. He's putting in the bets, and that's it. But the fix is in. And it's not a good look on the NBA, that's for sure. That's for sure. What's this? Jacoby, Uncle Dom. How would a fight between you and Joey Molino look like? That, number one, that'll never happen. Joey's too small for me. I'm almost double his weight, so that's not going to happen. My Cowboy game was fixed. Listen, look at some of these football games with these points. Look at some of these games. The bonehead moves they do at the end, not to score. Or it's amazing. Just saying. Sean Lewis, I don't even know how people are surprised with the NBA. Story, I grew up with Don King and promoters like him running the show. Corruption is part of the game, always has been. Yes, but Sean, what happens too, this day and age, these athletes are getting paid so much money. Is it worth it for a few $100,000? Maybe even a few $1 million? It depends how long you get away with it. You're going to risk $100-200 million contract for a few $1 million? And they are that naive. They're definitely that naive, without a doubt. What's that? Hermeretta, thank you for the contribution. You are cool. What did the Bananos think about tattoos? Did you have tattoos? Yes, I had tattoos. We're in the Mafia, the street guys. And plus, when I go out, I'm wearing long sleeve shirts, sit downs, but they don't frown upon it. It's part of their life. Mickey says, even old Tyson is dangerous. Absolutely. Jake is such a clown, a loser, but he's good at promoting what he does. Can't take that away from him. Who can't beat pro fighters without playing them throw a fight? Absolutely. Tyson would have knocked them out. Without a doubt. R. Cole. Let me see. You just skipped on me. Let me go back here. Jim G, thank you for the contribution. Hi, Dom. Good to see you on. Thank you. Glad to be back. Where I was at, it was a little nippy weather, rainy, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the downtime, the rest. Let's see. Joseph G says, I can't even watch football anymore. It's a 3-hour infomercial for booze and gambling with a few plays in between. Yeah, they have to stop with the gambling sites. They have to stop. All the NFL, all the professional sports has to stop promoting the gambling. So move on with that. because they're making it like it's normal. They're making it like it's normal, like it's okay, and it's not. It's not. They're destroying the integrity of these games. That's what it comes down to. Phil says, if John Alight is a councilman, Dom for mayor of the town, of his town, or governor. Well, let's try for governor. Actually, I have to check with the lawyers tomorrow, see how the clemency is coming along, and then I'll put a stop, especially to all this, the fraud. And you know who you are with the dispensing. You know who you are. I will be coming for you. If I'm governor, I'm going to dismantle your whole organization. I'm going to dismantle your whole organization. You making 30, 40, 50 million dollars in your pocket a year? You'll be doing 30, 40 years in jail. That's for sure. You better hope and pray, because I cannot be bought, and I won't be bought. But you know what? We'll make a statement. We will definitely make a statement, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Jim, thank you again for the contribution. People, hit the like button. Just hit the like button. That's all we ask. Hit the like button. Subscribe. People, check out Rise to Power. It should be on Android this week. Fixing the rest of the bugs. He finally found out what was going on. So we have Rise to Power, our game. Check out OCN. Check out OCN Travel. Check out the book. We have books will be going out this week. Soul shirts. We'll get them out. I was just gone for a while, and that's it. Big L says, Dom, have you saw the Mafia? Have you saw the Mafia Wars Netflix series? So what do you think of it? No, I didn't see Mafia Wars Netflix series. Did not see it, but I will check it out. Ryan Brown, Dom, any idea or guess on who in the Gambino family linked to poker game flipped? Check out Gene's show tonight. Gene said it. I don't think it was just him. I think there might be two guys. And if I have to name two, it's the one that Gene mentioned. And I'll put my money. Ernie Aiello flips. Ernie Aiello flips, brings down Mikey Knows, everybody else. Everybody else. So it's listen, Ernie Aiello was not the brains behind that. There's other people in the Bonanno crime family. I'm not going to mention their names. I know they had their hand in this cookie jar, without a doubt, 1,000,000%. I know the ones who are sophisticated enough, who have the capability of pulling this off, without a doubt. Joe says, Dom, do you know the story behind Pete Rose? No, just that Pete Rose got caught gambling, betting on his own team, supposedly. He said he admitted to it. He plays bets on his team, never placed a bet against his team. And that was it. He was kicked out, never made the Hall of Fame because of it. And he was one of the best players that ever played the game. Step says, Joseph G. Mountains, okay, not for me. Brooke, football makes me curse my TV a lot. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does, without a doubt. People, did you see that LA game last night? Oh, my Lord. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hell of a game. Really good. Let's see. John Ick, I think. The media would kill you if you'd become governor. Open contract. Was in prison for 20 years, mob captain. Listen, if anything could happen, look at Mondami, socialist, because it looks like he's going to be the next mayor of New York. So anything in life could happen, but I will be, if I do run, if I'm elected, God willing, I will be totally transparent. I'm going to have a governing board that oversees everything I do, of attorneys from some prestigious law firms. It's not going to be one law firm. It'll probably be about 3 different law firms where they monitor, they watch everything, and that's it. So that's not going to bite me in the butt. I don't want people to make innuendos when I have proof, and that's it. Be totally transparent, but we're going to stop corruption, especially, and I will target, you know who I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about. With the big ears, you know, I'm coming for you. I'm coming. Your days are numbered. They're definitely numbered. So your collusion, coercion, done. Done. And we'll be exposing people who take advantage of the elderly, folks. There's more talk coming out. People taking advantage of the elderly, and then they have elderly care companies. They fleece the elderly. Newspaper articles fleece the elderly. And then, wow, wow. Don't worry, we're going to clean up the swamp down here in Florida. We're definitely going to clean it up. Clean it up. So, who else do we have here? Let's see. R. Cole. If not on ballot, I will put your name on a governor. R. Cole, thank you. Thank you. John says, there is no honor in doing life in prison and leaving your family. Don't put the mob family above your real family. Well, you know what? At one point I did. I did. Faced 2 death penalty cases. Did what I had to do. Did 10 years for a crime I didn't commit. Finally, I saw the handwriting on the wall and I just had enough. Definitely had enough. People, how did you like, I know it was short, the interview with Chris Como. I really like him. I respect him. I need you people, hit him up. Hit him up. Tell him to do a segment with me where we're on for maybe a half hour. And I think we could go back and forth and have a lot of fun doing it and bring a lot of things to light, what's going on, what has been going on in New York. That's without a doubt. Mike John says, it should be illegal for the NFL, NBA to be partners with sports books. It's a conflict of interest. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what it is? The greed. The money's too big. The money's too big. The endorsements, too much. You're right. You're 1,000% right. Because they don't make enough money. They don't make enough money. You know, you're paying players $500 million contracts. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And who pays for it? We do. We do at the end of the day. Ticket pricing, merchandise, we pay for it. Scott says, great show, Dom. Greetings from Canada. We got Canada in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for that. People, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Come on, 100 likes. Just 33 more. Craig says, Dom, you need to get us to hit up Rogan, Como. Don't get ratings. It's not about rating. It's about chemistry. It's about chemistry. I think Como and I, we could do a lot of good things. And I think I'm going to draw in a lot of people, especially the way he is sometimes combative, but respectful. I think it could be really, really good. It's not about, to me, it's not about ratings. It's about the chemistry. Sonny Grasso says, the song father, big arms. What's up, Sonny? Joe E. Dom, if when you become governor, do you know who you will have on your team? I already have my team right here. Right here. My peeps here. No, but I don't know who I will have on my team. But I'll work at that. Let me see if I can run first. If I get that clemency, then I'll start figuring it out, putting people in place, strategically lining it up. And that's it. And folks, I am not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm what's fair. And we're here for the people. At the end of the day, I'm here for the people. So nobody could persuade me to do anything. I'm going to do what's right for people. I've always been like that. Even when I was in the Mafia, always did what I felt was right. My younger years, different story. I was out running, gunning, and just being wild. But as you go older, you learn. You start learning. Sean Lewis says, you just skipped on me, Sean. Let's try. Oh, greed is why $100 million is not enough. These jagoffs in sports, they can't get enough. No, they can't. They can't. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, really. But it happens. Oh, we got Joe Barone in the house, I think. Spirit of New Orleans. What's going on? Uncle Dom was the most stand-up guy back in the day. Well, I was stand up with other people. So, and that's just the way it was. Matt Allen. Hey, Dom. Matt from Maine. We got Maine in the house. Good to see you, Matt. Thank you for coming on. Almost done with the book for my second time. Picked up stuff I didn't remember the first time I read it. Love it. Well, thank you. I'm glad you do, Matt. I'm glad you do. That book was written a long time ago, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Chief Lewis, good to see you on. Good. Philly Bob, what's up? I'm doing well. Jamie Sakala, I'm late. Jamie, I've been late. No, I'm not late. I hate being late. That was one thing about me. Very anal with that. Chrissy, what's going on? Big Arms, Dom. How many monies did you leave behind on the streets? Who took them? I didn't lend money. I wasn't a loan shark. I gave people money. If people needed money, I helped them out. There's a lot. There's a lot. Now you just chalk it up as a loss. That's all you could do. Jamie Chikala, just got off work. You're an hour ahead of me. LOL. All right. I was actually 3 hours behind yesterday. I took the red eye, got back home early, 7 o'clock this morning. My whole day was just teeter-tottering, but all good. Drake says, you demand, thank you, Drake. I appreciate it. So, but, folks, Mafia sells. Mafia definitely sells. Still gets the headlines, gets everybody's blood boiling. So, at the end of the day, let's see what happens. But this house of cards is definitely going to be crumbling down, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Sean says, Blue Jay or Dodgers? I have to go with the Dodgers. Without a doubt. R. Cole, when getting a position, it's about doing the right thing for the people. Some people, it's about them. So you will make a great governor because street guys know the ways around. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Without a doubt. It's about the people you represent. I want to be proud. I want to walk around proud where people are saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. It would be my pleasure. And you're not going to please everybody in life. That's just the way it is. But I could tell you this. I will be cleaning up the swamp in Florida. And it's starting with you. You know who I'm talking about. And you too, fatty. There's another one there. You too, coming for you. We're not going to abuse the elderly anymore. No, not happening. Not on Dom's watch, without a doubt. Tammy, hey Dom, hope all is great. God bless you. Much success in your new business ventures. Thank you. Joseph, can someone please link Dom's site for his liquor? Thanks. So now you don't have to link anything, folks. Don't link anything. I'll be making some announcements later on. We're coming out with a whole bunch of new stuff. So, do you really think Bruno should be in the administration and forget about Michael Knows? Yeah, Bruno should be in the administration. He has the wisdom. I would say constantly has a good position for him. As far as Michael's just a buffoon. He's a buffoon. So it is what it is. Leo, what's going on? Good to see you, Leo. Who else we have? Luca, what's that? 25. What's the time over there? It is 5:39 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm from New Zealand, and this is the first time I've caught a live. Well, thank you. We got New Zealand in the house. That's definitely want to go to New Zealand one of these days, without a doubt. Mike John, Mob really don't have anything to do with NBA players. They weren't at the NYC game. And Ernie Aiello, gonna rat. He might have hit 2 years. If that ain't ratting, listen, his last bid was only about 4 or 5 years, and he was crying like a baby. And yes, they're tied into the Mafia. They had the whales come in. They call them fish. I call them whales. They had the whales come in, and they took advantage of it. So that's just the way the Mafia works. Anthony Michael says, OCN, it's takeoff time. Oh, it's coming soon. We have the event coming up, I think, on the 5th and 6th of November. We'll be at the Hard Rock. Eric Trump will be there also. So hopefully we could make some good announcements. Martin, would you ever do an interview with Richie Cantarelli or his son? They're also benign. Absolutely. I didn't care for Richie. I didn't care for his son at all. But absolutely, I would definitely. And I would be respectful. I would definitely be respectful. People, we're going to start wrapping it up. Hope everybody has a great evening. Hit Chris Como up. Tell him you want to see me back on his show. And I want to debate. Go on it with him for about 45 minutes. Go back and forth. And we could start exposing a lot. I know a lot. I have a lot, folks. Trust me. That hasn't been released. And I would do it on a bigger platform, without a doubt. Tina C., good night. Cynthia, Joseph G., James, good night. Hit that like button before you sign off. Hit the subscribe button as well so you never miss an episode. Florida Sunshine. Dom, what do you think about the new Netflix Doc Marlboro? I haven't seen it yet. Jim G, thank you for the contribution. He says, Jim G says, Dom, the thing worse than these ball players are the attorneys you spoke about on your last live. They are all crooks. I went through it. My business attorney tried double billing me. We'll talk about that again, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm going to read everybody the letter I wrote, too. I'll tell you, I could get down and busy with letters. So just have to turn things around. Tammy, good night. Richie, good night. Big Arms, David, Florida Sunshine, have a good night. Brooke, good night. John Haas, R. Cole, Big Arms again. Joseph, Cynthia, Step. Everybody have a great evening. We'll see everybody tomorrow night, live at 5. Peace out.